Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple. Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
Jordans,
champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Collinsville High School and Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here in Collinsville. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we're right back into the thick of things here as the calendar flips to 2020. Feels like we just left this gymnasium after being here for 3 of 4 days for the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, won by your Collinsville Kahawks. As we get you set for this game between the 13-0 Collinsville Kahawks and the 4-8 Althoff Crusaders. We welcome you into the Chiropractic Works pregame show, brought to you by my good friend Dr. Chris McCluskey at Chiropractic Works. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or call 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Let's not waste any time. Collinsville head coach Darren Lee not with us tonight. He is under the weather, suffering from flu-like symptoms, so he is at home in bed watching his team take on Althoff tonight. So we had a chance earlier to catch up with the Collinsville MVP from the just completed Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic, and that would be one Mr. Ray Sean Taylor. And my conversation with Mr. Taylor coming up in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is post-holiday tournament time as we've switched the calendar to 2020. And the Kahawks' first game out of the gates in the new year is a home game against the Althoff Crusaders. And we do not have Coach Lee here tonight. He's experiencing flu-like symptoms, so we thought we'd take this opportunity to visit with number 13, Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1 senior forward point guard for Collinsville. First of all, number 13. Tell me the story about how you ended up with number 13. Kurt Warner is the only one I know of that has made it with the number 13. Why that number?
Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I really like number 3. I wore number 3 all the way till I got to high school. And when I got to high school, I realized they didn't have a number 3. And the number I was going to get was number 2. But Kenrick Brown, KB, he got number 2. So when I always said if I ever had a double-digit number, I would 13. And then my freshman year, I'm like, I told Coach Lee I'd go ahead and go with number 13. And I couldn't change I didn't want to change after my sophomore year and stuff like that. After my freshman year, and Coach Lee said he'd get number 3 for me, but I'm like, no, I just stay with 13 because I like it. So
now everybody knows he's number 13.
Yeah. That's after my freshman year. I started playing better, and I'm like, no, everybody know me as 13. Now I have to win 13. So yeah, and I like it now. It just fit me.
All right, talk to us about life. What's life like for Rayshawn Taylor right now? You're a senior in high school, but you're getting all these accolades for being such the star basketball player. Do you get stopped when you go out to grocery stores and gas stations and stuff like that? Do you get asked for autographs? Is that a part of your life now?
Not really the autograph stuff, but yeah, I sometimes I get stopped. They like, are you number 13 from Collinsville? Are you the one that commits to SIUE? Or are you number 13? Yeah, they say stuff like that all the time. Yeah, that's a part of it now. But yeah, I'm okay with it. It's fine.
I bet it is. All right, you mentioned SIUE. Why did you make that choice to stay so close to home?
Because of the family relationship I got with a lot of the players already. Because some of them I already knew before I committed there, and then Coach Baroni and the rest of the coaching staff, they love me and they embrace me and my family, and it's gonna be fun to play for them.
Was the fact that it was so close to home, did that help in the decision staying close?
Not really. It was more so just the coaches and the family environment and stuff like that.
All right, talk to us about the just ended Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, man. That was so much fun to do. I was here for every single game, got to enjoy all of them, and finally Collinsville comes out on top, and you get named the tournament MVP. So tell me all the things swimming around in your head right now after this tournament.
What really goes through my head is, we lost it 2 years before that, and pregame, that's just all I thought about. Like, we done came up short 2 years in a row. We could have had the tournament MVP 2 years in a row, and we didn't. And we lost to the same team. So when we got revenge on them in the game before the championship, I just knew we had to win the championship. And being named MVP, it meant a lot to me. After everything we done been through together, it was fun. The whole tournament was fun.
Ever heard of a movie called Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
No, I never heard of that.
All right, it's not a basketball movie. It's a political movie. So we're going to get a new, this is a 2020 year. This is an election year. So we're going to change Mr. Smith goes to Washington around a little bit. And we're going to say Mr. Smitty goes to Washington, or Mr. Smitty goes to Peoria, because that's where you guys want to end up, is in Peoria. Speaking of Smitty, Skeet, Koan Smith, tell us a little bit. I mean, you guys have this long pass thing that you did, not only in the championship game, but whenever you had the opportunity to do it in the tournament, man, you'd be back there by the other basket, you get the ball, and here comes a heave-ho football throw down to the other end, bounces once to Skeet, and he's in shooting the score and scoring.
You know, we've been playing together since we was little. Literally since fourth grade, we've been playing together. We played together AAU, high school basketball, and we just got a connection like that. So once I grabbed that rebound, even though, well, we make this play all the time, but I guess it got a lot more, I guess, because it was a tournament. But as soon as I got the rebound, I seen the tall dude, but I knew he wasn't as fast as Skeet. So honestly, I always wanted to be a quarterback. So whenever I threw it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like Pat Mahomes, and it dropped right in the pocket, and then one bounce, layup.
I don't have time to single out everybody on your team, but let's talk about two more of your friends and your cohorts on your Kahok basketball team. KJ, Keidrian Jones, you guys have been doing this for a while now, and he means a lot to this team too.
Yeah, he one of the biggest pieces to the team. He the emotional leader, and you know we've been playing together since our freshman year, and me, him, and Aaron always on the varsity team as freshmen. We got that relationship, and it was, you know, it's fun to see him go out there and do what he does and play as hard as he does. You know, I like to see him get more points because for me, that's just like I just love seeing my teammates get a lot of points and stuff like that. But that's not his strong suit. Like he go get rebounds, he just play hard, and that's just what he does, and he uplifts his teammates.
Nate Hall was a transfer, first year here as a Collinsville Kahawk. How important is he to this team?
Yeah, he one of the biggest pieces too, and you know we need him more than we thought we would need him. But he's stepping up, and some games he one of the highest scorers. Some games he a highest rebounder. He get block shots, and he run the floor and stretches the floor, and that makes it easier for everybody else. They can't double KJ as much off him. They can't. Once I beat him off the dribble, they don't want to help. So it's easier for me to score, and if they help, I know he's gonna knock it down.
All right, talk about the one guy who's not here right now, Aaron Moulton. I know that basketball tournament meant a lot to him too, even though he didn't get to take part in it this year. How much did that mean for you guys to do that for him, knowing he can't play?
I talked to him right after the tournament. It meant a lot to do that because he was he been part of the team, especially with us since we played junior chaos and stuff like that. So it meant a lot to get the championship for him. And regardless of he playing or not, he's still on the bench doing what he do, acting goofy, being funny. That's just how he is, and he gonna always be that way.
All right, you are slowly but surely catching up to number one all-time scorer in Kahawk history. Number 6 is right before you, 39 points until you pass the legend Bogey Redmond. I know that you talk to a lot of these guys that are ahead of you on this list, or some of them anyway. I know that you're just trying to win some basketball games and get your team to state, but how important would it be for you to get that number 1 spot?
I mean, it meant a lot, like after the season, but right now I'm just trying to, win all the games and stuff like that. And to win the games, I have to score. That's just my role for the team. And I mean, I'm continually getting higher on the list.
All right, you have Althoff here tonight. This is a team that was just here in the Prairie Farms Basketball Classic as well. What did you learn from watching some of their games while you were a spectator during times you weren't playing?
They playing way better basketball since the tournament because they play right there with O'Fallon, had them beat, but I don't know. Coach said something happened and they got a tick or something that changed the game. I seen them win I heard they won all the games in the Auks, and even I don't know if they won the last game or not. But I know they did some good things. No, they lost to Quincy. But they did some good things in the game, and I was watching. And we're going to have to play hard. We can't take nobody as like we just already going to beat them. We got to come out there and play, especially because we're going to get everybody best game.
Going to be a little bit weird out there tonight, not having Coach Lee on the floor?
Yeah, it is weird. Honestly, I mean, I don't even know if I had a practice where Coach Lee wasn't there. So having him not at the game might be a little weird, but I mean, we got to come ready to play. That's no excuse for us to not play good.
Thanks for the visit, Ray Sean. Go get him.
Thank you.
Rayshawn Taylor, number 13. Now, everybody, for your Collinsville Kahoks, we'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. The starting five on each side coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke here. Zach Roseman will be along with us in a minute as soon as he finishes up his responsibilities with the band. So let's continue. Here are your starters tonight. We'll begin with the Althoff Crusaders. If you were here for any of the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament and saw Althoff on the floor, they trotted out pretty much the same five guys. Dalton Brugner, the 6'5" senior. Jack Bruning, the 5'9" senior. Will Aki, the 6'3" senior. Ty Beasley, the 6' junior. And Mac Harris, the 6'3" senior. For Collinsville, the same starting five they had in every single game in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Kawan Smith, the 5'9" senior, followed by Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1" senior. Nate Hall, the 6'7" junior. Laurent Giladini, the 6'3" senior. And Keedrian Jones, the 6'7" senior. Hope you enjoyed our little chat with Rayshawn Taylor there in the pregame show. Let's get you some other numbers here as we move along in this game. Of course, Collinsville just won the championship of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. They beat Oakville, Missouri, 68-41 in the first game. 65-40 winners over Decatur Eisenhower in game number 2. They beat Springfield Southeast 73-58, the team that knocked Collinsville out of the championship game in both of the last 2 years, and that set up a championship game between Collinsville and Mundelein, and Collinsville, of course, won 63-48. For Althoff, they went 2-2 in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. They lost to O'Fallon in the first game, 54-50. Won 2 games over in the auxiliary gym, a 59-50 win over Granite City, and a 49-46 nail-biter against Triad. That put Althoff into the Consolation Championship. They lost that game to Quincy, 56-48. It is alumni night here at Old Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and that's the festivities going out on the floor right now as we continue here on the pregame show. Zach Roseman steps in. Zach, we're going to kind of get used to this game. We know all these players from doing games with him the last few days or so.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of one of the benefits of having a tournament team be our first opponent out of, as they recognize long-time Collinsville season ticket holder Larry Miller, and receives a nice standing ovation from the pretty good-sized crowd here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Why not? I know there's a lot of empty seats because there's still a lot of folks that are on Christmas break. I noticed that up in the band section, you're missing about, what, 3/4 of your guys?
Not numbers are a little low today, but we made it work all right.
All right, well, as we mentioned, no Coach Lee tonight. He is under the weather, suffering from flu-like symptoms, so we hope he is watching, and we can stay awake long enough to watch anyway, but when your body tells you need to rest, you need to rest. But Coach Lee would have been coaching in his 925th game as a high school coach. Of course, that involves Vienna and Nashville and Collinsville, but tonight would have been his 925th game as a high school head coach.
Yeah, that is impressive. And, Coach Lee's been coaching, 30 years or somewhere in that general vicinity and had a lot of success.
This is his 31st year as a head coach, yeah.
Yeah, he had he wasn't at Vienna for very long, but it seemed like he had a fairly good period there. And then his tenure at Nashville was very successful, a couple of trips to state. And, Collinsville, he's had mixed success, but looking like this year might be his best year yet.
Coach Anderson, normally the varsity head coach, he relinquished those duties tonight to Coach Kirk. So Coach Kirk's team won. I failed to write down the score, but they did win. Coach Doug Kirk took over the reins of the junior varsity.
60 to 30.
I knew it was running clock there at the end.
Yeah, 60 to 29, I think.
And so that means Coach Anderson will be coaching the varsity team tonight. This would have been Coach Lee's 317th game as a head coach for Collinsville. On the Rayshawn Taylor watch, Taylor is number 1 in points in all of St. Louis, 312 so far this year. Number 4 in points per game, averaging 24 points per game, so he's up there in both of those categories. Of course, now we're keeping an eye on his run for number 1 as a Collinsville Kahok. 1,675 points Rayshawn has now. That's 39 behind the number 6 man on the list, Bogey Redmond, with his 1,714 and 366 points behind number 1 on the list, Tom Parker, 2,041 points that he scored throughout the late 60s upon his graduation in 1968. So that's something we'll keep an eye on as we go through the rest of the basketball season. I would imagine that probably Tuesday against Cahokia is when he'll catch Bogey Redmond, but then after that, he has 200 points to catch up to numbers 4 and 5.
So, we're not going to put it past Rayshawn to pass Bogey here tonight, but he's had some very colossal efforts. You and I remember, of course, that 42-point game he had in the tournament, I believe, 2 years ago. So against Decatur MacArthur, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it can be done, but
not incredibly likely.
Right. That's why his average is 24. So if we give him that means he'll be able to do it Tuesday against Cahokia. But Collinsville starts off this one with a couple of rebounds from Nate Hall, but Nate couldn't finish despite 2 different times going up there to try to put that basketball in the net. But Althoff gets the rebound, and they bring it down the first time, and shot there by Will Aki misses the mark. And now one of those passes we talked about in the pregame show with Rayshawn and Kawan Smith turns into 2 points just like that.
Yeah, as they did on a couple different occasions against Mundelein in the championship game, those long football-style passes from Taylor to Smith, and Mundelein didn't, and doesn't look like Althoff have anybody who's fast enough to keep up with Kawan if you let him get out in space like that.
Well, you missed the pregame interview because you were doing your responsibilities with the band, but my interview was with Rayshawn since Coach Lee was sick tonight. And I asked Rayshawn about that, and he's like, I always wanted to be a quarterback.
Well,
So that's a good answer. He got a good little football arm on him there on a couple of those points in that Mundelein game, and now the first 2 points here in this game. Just like that. That goes off of a body, and there is a steal by Kawan Smith over to Rayshawn Taylor, and Rayshawn twisted his ankle coming across midcourt, and he'll hop up and look like he'll be okay.
Yeah, just sort of caught him unawares there. Had to stop rather suddenly as the pass was a bit behind him, but looks like he's all right.
Ball is Collinsville's once again anyway. Here is Gelladini over on the right wing. Top of the key for Taylor. Over on the left to Smith. Down on the baseline to Nate Hall. Back out to Kawan. And then Taylor underneath. Jump ball for Kedrian Jones. Off the glass, and it rolls around the rim for 2. 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. We're just underway here in quarter number 1. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you, and we appreciate you being here with us. Here is Ty Beasley. Beasley out toward midcourt, hands the ball off to Brugner. Brugner dribbles and drives into the lane, spin move, dumps it off underhand, and then back out to the top we go for Bruning. Bruning over onto the wing for Aki. Aki up underneath the basket, and a ball that gets away, but Aki gets it, drives inside the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rayshon is there with a rebound, and Taylor moves the ball up. Top of the key. Over on the left wing, underneath basket, and oh, what a nice reverse layup that was for Rayshon Taylor. His first 2 points of the night. Collinsville off to a 6-0 start.
Yeah, and a nice quick pace of play. You know, here we are now, like nearly 3 minutes in, and we haven't really had any whistles at all.
Not to speak of. Here is Beasley with the ball for Althoff. Althoff, of course, coached by Greg Lieb. He just won him and his school a state championship a couple of years ago with the likes of Jordan Goodwin on that team. Another miss and another rebound for Collinsville. That's 3 rebounds now. And here comes Rayshon for 3, top of the key. A little bit too strong. Bounces off that crease in the iron. But there's KJ with the rebound and the putback. Collinsville now out-rebounding Althoff 7-1.
Yeah, you see, Collinsville with the height advantages. Bergner's probably their biggest player at about near steal there from Smith, but Bergner's their tallest player at 6'4", 6'5", or something to that effect. As Althoff will call timeout.
Well, that'll give us a chance to take a timeout as well. It's a quick 30-second break, so we're back in just 30 seconds on the Kahok Sport Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman along with you for this one between Collinsville and Althoff. First game of 2020 for both teams. And here is Ty Beasley. Happy New Year, everyone, by the way. Beasley rolled in, and we're going to have our first foul of the game, and this one's going to belong to Nate Hall. Collinsville trying to win their 14th game to start off the season. And if they do that, they will match the team from 81-82 that started off 14-0 before they finally lost a game. Here is Beasley after the whistle and the first foul of the game into the corner for Bruning. Bluffed the 3, brought it back down, now out on the wing, gives it up to Brugner. Brugner back out toward midcourt with 4:15 left to play here in this first quarter. 8-0 in favor of Collinsville. And Bruning now gives it up to Beasley. Beasley back over here to Mac Harris. Is that who that is?
Yes.
Yeah, Mac Harris. And Brugner to Beasley. Cuts through the lane, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, but there is Mac Harris to register the first 2 points of this game for Althoff, and it comes well over halfway through as KJ comes down to try to bank one off the glass, but he's fouled on the way up, and he will head to the line for 2. So just after Mac Harris picks up his team's first 2 points, he picks up his team's first foul.
Yeah, so sort of the fast start continuing. Althoff finally managing to get their first bucket from Harris, and seeing the up-tempo style from Collinsville continuing.
Here is Kedrian Jones at the free throw line where he is 20 of 23 on the year. 60%, 60.6 to be exact, so that probably just went up to 61% on that make right there. I was just foreshadowing, right?
Yeah.
10-2 in favor of Collinsville. 3:45 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Brugner. He gets around Nate Hall, but the rebound belongs to Collinsville, and the Kahawks are on the move once again. Here is Rayshon Taylor. Rayshawn gives it up to Hall. Now over to Taylor in front of the Crusaders bench. Back out in the slot for Geladini. Back over to Taylor. He'll launch a three from there, and it's good. First three-pointer made by Taylor. And he now has 5. Here comes Brugner for Althoff. Bounces it to Beasley. Out front for Aki. He'll try that three-point himself, and he's off to the left just a bit. Rebound all the way into the corner. Belongs to Skeet. They bring the ball up to Hall and then Taylor. Back over to Hall. He'll launch a three from the wing. That one's in as well.
You see now the Collinsville's barrage continuing as they're just sort of all over the Crusaders to start out.
Well, we had a running clock in the JV game, and it would not shock me to have the same thing here, and I'm not trying to put anything against Althoff, but Collinsville is just that much of a superior team this year.
Yeah, I mean, Althoff had a respectable. I mean, they had a decent showing, but they're, they do have 8 losses. So, I mean, I think you can sort of.
Yeah, they're just not the same. They're 4-8 this year, 1-2 in their conference, but they went 32-2 to win the 3A championship in 15-16, and then they went 29-4 and took second place the year before that in 14-15. So this school has a pedigree. It's just that this is an off year for them.
Yeah, I mean, the past, last year, they, Althoff had a decent team, and coming into this year, it looked like that Althoff were probably going to be a pretty good team as 2A schools go, but due to a handful of transfer they've had go out, Ethan Brown is now at Belleville East, among others, but 3 from Bergner.
Yeah, Brugner.
Bergner.
I think it's Brug.
No, it's Bergner.
Are you sure about that?
If I remember correctly, it is.
Bergner?
Yes.
Here's alley. Ooh! Man, oh man, oh man. That's a highlight reel shot right there. Taylor to Hall. Hall cleans up nicely.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they tried to do that a couple of times, but Nate was never quite able to get the jump as Althoff will come down and get a layup. But, it's really nice to see that happen, finally.
Harris gets a couple of those back. He now has 4. Over to Taylor. He bluffs the 3, pulls away, finds another open spot for a 3, and hits it again. Man, oh man. Taylor now with 8. Here comes Bergner. And a hop, skip, and a jump through the lane, and he can't finish up. And then, off the ball. It came off of Kadrian Jones. Thought it was off of Mac Harris.
Yeah, so did I. And Collinsville student section not happy with it, but either way, Crusader basketball.
Aki inbounds. Does so to Bergner. And he'll dribble and drive at the free throw line. He'll kick it back out to Aki, over to Beasley. Beasley on the left wing. Taylor trying to swipe that ball away. Following him every step of the way. Smith almost did, and then a travel call by Bruning as he clamped onto that ball that Smith almost got from him, but when he did, he kept those feet moving. Third turnover for Althoff.
As Geladini will... they're going to have the inbound come from the other side of the court.
Don't know why it matters, but,
No,
whatever. It seemed like the foul or the travel took place right in the Indian head.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a little bit on top of the crown there, so I guess we'll say it's on that side. Doesn't really matter. Smith has the ball on the inbound. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Whatever.
Here is Smith and a little floater, and Kawan is on the board with his 4th point tonight. Here is Bergner. 23 seconds left to play. Here in this first quarter, it's been all Kahawks, 23-7. Althoff playing for the last shot as Hall comes in to close up the gap. Him and Geladini were all over Bergner, and now a ball back to Bergner. I don't know if he was in the backcourt when he touched that ball or not, but it was close. Mac Harris off the glass too hard, and the rebound belongs to Geladini, but it comes about 0.2 seconds before the buzzer does, so we'll head to the second quarter with your Collinsville Kahawks leading the Althoff Crusaders by a score of 23-7.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Bruning inbounds to Bergner, and Bergner brings it up across the timeline. We're underway here in the second quarter. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, home of the Prairie Farm Holiday Classic champion, Collinsville Kahawks. How's that sound to say here?
Yeah, you know, it's first time in 15 years that we can say that.
That was fun. All right, here we are. Bergner, top of the key. 7.5 to go. We're just underway here in quarter number 2. Over onto the right wing is Bergner and gives it up to Beasley. Beasley deep inside that right wing. Back out to the top now for Bruning. Bruning back over to Beasley. A lot of guys with the name B here on this team. And do another one here. Oh, get that out of here, says Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor smacked that one away like Kadrian Jones.
Yeah, I think there was, I don't know, maybe a little bit of him, a little bit of David Granger's into the game for Collinsville, but, you know, impressive play no matter who it was.
Well, Rayshawn knows how to patrol that boards down there, too. He actually went into the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic leading the Kahawks in rebounds, but after the tournament was over with, things have kind of righted their way, and we're back to Kadrian Jones leading that category coming into this game with 80, while Rayshawn has 72. Here is Rayshawn out to Nate Hall. Hall, top of the key for Rayshawn Taylor, bluffs the three, drives the lane, kicks it back out for Hall for three. That's a little too strong. And then the rebound pops right into the hands of Jack Bruning. Here is Aki. He'll dribble in from the left wing and lose control of the ball, and Rayshawn gets it. Brings it back over to Hall, who gets it up to Geladini. Geladini, a nice spin move there in front of the scorer's table to get some separation from a couple of defenders. Rayshawn for three more. That one misses. And the rebound now belongs to Aki. For Althoff. He's up to Beasley, and he jumps right back into Geladini like Geladini played for his team. Off the glass, Geladini on the board with 2 points. Now every starter has points.
Now, see, kind of an impressive, this is just sort of was looking for Aki, I think, on the pass back, but Laurent Geladini was just running off the floor and the pass went right to him.
Yeah, Aki was there, and then he wasn't. Geladini was in his place, and the ball went right to Laurent. Each player or each team ready to make a substitution here on, oh, that will be the next whistle, and that's going to be a charging call against Will Aki. And that's the sixth turnover for Althoff.
We will see Kadrian Jones come back in for Collinsville, and Chris Moore enter the game for Althoff.
Here is Kawan Smith. 5.5 minutes to go here in this second quarter. 25-7. Kahawks in control of this one thus far. Here is Geladini on the right wing. Dumps it into Granger. No room to move, so back out to Granger. Wide open Smith for three. Oh, rattles won't fall. Granger, get that out of here, says Aki. Granger gets the rebound, though, and puts it back up and in. And now we have 6 Kahawks on the board with points tonight.
And yeah. See something that I do not think happened at all in the Mundelein games. Let's see Collinsville's bench put some points on the board.
Yeah, they only had a chance there toward the end, but points weren't of a necessity at that point. There's a fingertip roll down the baseline. Wouldn't fall in for Bergner. The rebound belongs to Collinsville. Smith gives it up to Geladini off the glass for 2. Won't go. Kadrian Jones gets the rebound, and not once but twice he gets smacked as he goes up, but they only called it the second time, and KJ will head back to the free throw line. Kedrian has already hit 2 free throws from the charity stripe here in this game to give him now 22 of 35 on the year. And he hits another one. Kedrian came in with 110 points at the beginning of this game and now up to 117, looking for 118 right here. That one's a little short. Rebound belongs to Althoff. We get the ball to Bergner. Bergner brings the ball up. Over with the pass in front of the Kahok bench to Bruning. A bounce pass in the perimeter to Aki. He drives baseline, turns around, and Granger is going to get called for a foul. Either that or it's Rayshawn. Both were down there. This one's going to go against Rayshawn. That'll be his first. Team's second. And at the free throw line, it will be Will Aki. Aki on the year. 8 for 14 from the free throw line. That's really actually not correct because they only have them playing 6 games when they've played 12. So only half of their games are in the book, so we'll give the averages. And Aki coming into this one averaging about 57% from the free throw line. He made both of those. And it's now 28-9 in favor of Collinsville. 4:20 left to play here in this first half. Here is Kawan Smith to Geladini. Geladini drives in front of the free throw line, takes the off-balance and off-angle shot. Couldn't get it to go. Granger with the rebound and the putback. Still can't get it to fall, and the ball is out of bounds off of Bruning, so Collinsville will get to keep it.
So you just scoring pace has maybe slowed down a little bit, but the Collinsville's dominance of this game is... Collinsville kind of stretched their legs a little bit, and it's not a knock on Althoff, but as you said, the talent differentiation is just immense.
Saw Aaron Moulton out here. We heard Rayshawn talk about him in the pregame. 3-shot for Geladini is good. We were talking about Aaron Moulton and how much that tournament win meant to him, even though he didn't get a chance to play. Well, he is out here without that walking boot on, so he's getting closer and closer to getting back out on the floor. They expect him back before the end of the season now, I think.
Yeah, I think the general consensus that I'm hearing from my friends is that he will be back possibly for the Chick-fil-A tournament at Belleville East here in a couple weeks. So, but obviously you don't want to rush anything, and from what we've seen, we don't really need him. So
no. It's not like he needs to rush back from any kind of injury right now. Here is Geladini after just hitting a big 3. He comes back and picks up a simple little 2-pointer. And Collinsville stretches their lead to 22. 33-11, 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Here is Dalton Bergner. Bergner, the 6'5 senior, brings the ball up across the Kahok logo and over onto the right wing. There is a kick out to Aki, now over to Harris. Harris will hand the ball. Well, I thought he was going to hand the ball off to Bruning. That's what I get for trying to anticipate. Should leave that stuff to them. Here is Bergner. Bergner at the free throw line. Spin move, turn around, jump shot off the high glass. Won't go. Rayshawn Taylor with the rebound. All the way up to Smith, who gives to Granger off the glass for 2.
I don't think David was quite expecting that. We know that David can dunk.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it happen on a couple of different occasions over the course of the season, but I don't think he was quite prepared for the pass, and so he wasn't able to really get the leap that he quite wanted.
Yeah, couldn't get some full extension on that. Here is Beasley. That was almost like a hockey 2-on-0 break there, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Top of the key, that is Chris Moore. Moore over to Harris and back over to Bergner. Bergner just outside the lane. He gives Geladini a little bump and knock down off the glass. Won't go. Taylor with the rebound once again. 15th rebound for Collinsville to go along with 4 for Althoff. Here is Taylor, does a couple of head fakes, bobs and weaves into the lane, takes the chance and can't get it to go. And Granger was the last one to touch it as he was going up for a rebound. Nate Hall will come back in for Geladini. And young Mr. Caleb Ballinger will come into the game for Kawan Smith. No changes on the floor for Althoff at this point. 1:35 left to play here in this first half. 35-11 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Beasley. Almost traveled with it again. Bounce pass onto the wing for Aki. Aki trying to find Bergner running through that baseline. but he misconnected on the pass as one of the Collinsville defensemen was there. Here is Aki running through the lane, partially blocked by Hall, and out of bounds. Well, we wish Coach Lee a speedy recovery. I know that sucks having the flu, man. I can't stand having that stuff. So, Coach Lee, get better soon. You're missed here, and your boys are playing well.
Yes, they are.
Here is Bergner, and a shot that I don't even think never made it up to the rim, so we'll call it a block. And here is Hall, pulls inside the perimeter and rattles it in for 2. Hall now has 5. Every starter has scored, and David Granger off the bench has also scored. We'll see if we can get Bollinger in on the fun.
I have Nate for 7.
Okay, I might have missed one.
Whatever.
Here is Bruning over into the corner for Bergner, a 3-pointer that skips across the rim. Rebound, tapped down into the hands of Granger from Hall. He gives it back to Hall. Underneath, Jones off the glass for 2 more for Kadrian Jones. Collinsville now up 39-11. Here's Beasley at the other end. Over to Bruning and over to Aki with 15 seconds left. Underneath, off the glass, count that for 2 for Bergner. And Althoff gets a couple of more back. Here comes Rayshon Taylor. And at the buzzer, Ballinger, no. Wouldn't hit the mark. And at halftime, 39-13 in favor of Collinsville. As we welcome you in now to the halftime show brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Ron McGee and daughter Dana, they were just up here a little earlier. It's alumni night, so they catered that event as well. So all the alumni here enjoying some Cafe Agape food too. You can as well. If you would like to get your event catered, whether that's a wedding or a business luncheon or anything else you have in mind, 345 Cafe, 345-2233. We head to the third quarter. Our halftime show brought to you by Cafe Agape will be coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253. or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com, that's HIBid.com, to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Halftime is where we are in this game between Collinsville and Althoff. 39-13. Collinsville with the lead. Kahoks jumped out to a 16-point lead in the first quarter after a dominating 23-7 performance over Althoff, and they didn't let up off the gas too much there in the second quarter as Collinsville outscored the Crusaders 16-6, so they added 10 points onto that 16-point first quarter lead, and now that lead is 26 points. Leading scorer in this one right now is Kadrian Jones. He has 9 points for the Kahawks, followed closely by Rayshawn Taylor's 8 points, 7 each for Nate Hall and Laurent Geladini. 4 points for David Granger off the bench to go along with the 4 for starter Kawan Smith. For Althoff, they're getting 6 points out of Mac Harris, 5 from Dalton Bergner, and 2 from Will Aki. Collinsville not only dominating on the points side of things, but also on the rebounds right now, out-rebounding Althoff 15-5. Collinsville has not turned the ball over here in this first half, but Althoff has turned the ball over 6 times. From the line, the Crusaders are 0 for 4 from beyond the three-point arc, while Collinsville is 4 of 7. And from the free throw stripe, Kahawks are 3 of 4, all of those coming from Kadrian Jones, and the Althoff Crusaders are 2 for 2, all of those coming from Will Aki. So you're now caught up with stats as far as the first half is concerned. From the scoreboard we go to, and just a couple of games to tell you about right now. A Southwestern Conference match going on in Alton, and heading into halftime, Belleville East all over the Alton Redbirds right now by a score of 20-9, and a final from earlier today. They played this one early in Centralia as the Orphans downed Collinsville's next opponent, the Cahokia Comanches, by a final score of 61-50. That is a look at your halftime show, brought to you by Cafe Agape. Second half action comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you as we are just about ready to get things going here in this second half. As Collinsville will get the ball back to begin the second half. We are underway in quarter number 3. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Collinsville shooting at the basket all the way at the other end. Here is Geladini, and inside now to Kadrian Jones. And Jones commits the first turnover for Collinsville as the loose ball is picked up by Althoff. And now the Crusaders bring it up with a chance to dent the scoreboard first here in this second half. Here out front is Aki. Aki deep on that left wing, being watched there by Rayshawn Taylor. Over here in the corner it goes to Beasley. Beasley takes it from the left wing and at the free throw line gives it up for Bruning. Bruning kicks it back outside now for Bergner. And Bergner back over to Bruning. Bruning dribbles and drives into the lane once again. Dumps it off for Beasley. Beasley no room there. Moves it all the way over in front of his own bench for Bergner. Bounce pass that's trying to go in to Aki, but a foul from behind by Rayshawn Taylor will be Taylor's second. Team first here in this half, and inbound pass comes in. And now we're going to have a foul coming against Kawan Smith. Back-to-back fouls here by Collinsville. And another throw-in coming here underneath the basket by Aki. Aki gets the ball all the way out front to Bergner, and back to Aki it goes here on the left wing. And back out front to the top, and a steal on a misplay by Beasley goes right to Nate Hall, and he comes in and slams it down for a couple of points. Well, that's Collinsville's first 2 points here in this half. 41-13. And stepping out of bounds with the ball was Bruning, so Althoff turns the ball over again at the most inopportune time, right in front of head coach Greg Lieb. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith moves the ball down. He'll dribble back behind his back and then shoot a three, and that misses. And here is Nate Hall shooting a three. Actually, I think the one from Smith was a two. Off the glass for Jones, won't go, and then he's mugged on the way up after the rebound. And Kadrian Jones will head back to the free throw line. First team foul this half by Mac Harris. That's his second personal foul, though. And Jones, who went 3 for 4 at the free throw line in the first half, will get another opportunity here early on in this third quarter. Jones, good for 2. Kadrian, ready with another. And that one misses. Rebound belongs to Althoff. Crusaders bring it up all the way quickly to Mac Harris. Harris almost didn't control that ball. And back out front it goes. And here is Aki. Aki over on the far side for Bruning. He'll try for 3. That one rattles and eventually rolls out. That's a tough break there for Bruning. That ball did everything but go in. Underneath and then kicked around. Collinsville. Taylor for 3. His falls a little short. And this time the rebound belongs to Althoff. And they're stuck in the backcourt, but they finally break that as Harris gets it across to Bruning. Bruning drives just outside the lane, can't get it to go in. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Geladini, Taylor, back to Jones, and then back to Taylor for 2 more. 44-13 in favor of Collinsville. And a turnaround jump shot by Aki. Misses the mark, and another rebound for Collinsville. All the way up to Skeet. Nope, this one is intercepted by the strong safety. Well, Aki from the quarterback there, Rayshawn Taylor, but Aki couldn't finish on the other end. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Jones off the glass. Count it. Good for 2. Kahawks up 46-13. 4:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Bergner. Bergner back all the way to the line, and then he gives it up for Beasley, and a foul here that's going to go against Kadrian Jones. That'll be his first. I guess the foul was to Aki. So Aki up to the free throw line. He was the only one that participated from the charity stripe in the first half, and he hit both of them. And the announcer's jinx is well intact. As soon as you mention something, the opposite happens. Checking into the game is Dane Canoyer, a 6'3" senior for Althoff. And waiting to come in is Kristen Dudley, a 6'1" freshman. As Aki makes this one. Collinsville with the ball and the lead, 46-14. First point here in this half, in this third quarter for Althoff comes from the free throw line, and it took 3.5 minutes to do it. Here's Taylor, cuts through the lane, puts up a two-handed slingshot, and Taylor now with 12. As back in the backcourt is Bergner. Bergner dribbles up to the left wing and gives it up now for Canoyer. Canoyer out front to Bruning. Over on the far side for Dudley. And then a steal by Kawan Smith. And Smith is going to go in for an easy 2 off the glass. And another turnover for Althoff. And the Kahawks are very much in control of things here.
Yes, they are.
Here is Dudley. He'll dribble and drive at the free throw line, try to turn around and get around KJ, but Nate Hall's having none of that. He gets the loose ball up to Jones. Jones trying to get around Bruning. A backdoor pass to Kawan Smith for 2 points. 52-14 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Jack Bruning. Bruning over to Beasley. Beasley back out front to Bruning. We're coming up on 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Here is Dudley into Canoyer, now into the corner for Beasley. Beasley, a one-arm bounce pass to Bergner. Bergner being watched by Geladini, and so Bergner will back his way out of the perimeter. And a one-arm pass underneath, turnaround shot off the side of the basket. And this one is going to be a foul, I think, against Rayshawn. Nope.
Like, Nate was the only person that was there, but didn't look like there was any contact. Anyhow.
Hall's second foul, team's fourth. That's doubles the output of fouls that Kahawks had in the first half.
See Logan Carlisle set to come in for the first time for Collinsville.
Conoyer, if you will. It's a free throw, and that was his first free throw of the year.
We only have stats for half their games, but
that's true. Could very well be his only free throw of the year because I did not see him play here in this tournament, but that doesn't mean he didn't play over in the auxiliary gym when we were over here.
No, he really didn't play much in the I don't know if he played at all in the 2 games that we saw this Crusaders team play. So their first game against O'Fallon and then the Consolation Championship game against Quincy, since both of those games were pretty close. So
here is Kawan Smith for a long 2-pointer, no good. Rebound belongs to Kedrian Jones. Granger couldn't finish up on the dunk. And we've seen that before, haven't we? A trip by Rayshon. He didn't mean to. They just got their legs tangled up, he and Bergner, and that'll be Rayshon's third. And the 5'5" freshman Jordan Lewis on the floor. So Coach Lieb's going to his bench early. And right now, Coach Anderson taking out Rayshon Taylor with his 3 fouls. And I have a feeling it won't be long until you see most of the JV guys on the floor anyway. 2:20 left to play here in this third quarter, 52-16. Crusaders with the lead. Here is Bergner off the high glass, won't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to KJ, but he is bothered with down there by Aki. Collinsville still comes away with the ball, and now a loose ball that is still going to be with Collinsville. Bollinger gets it back from Granger, and now up to KJ, free throw line. Oh, splits the pass, take it, Bollinger, and one.
I mean, I think at this point now, Collinsville are just looking to have some fun.
That was a behind-the-back bounce pass from Kedrian Jones that split 2 defenders, found Bollinger. He went up and scored 2 and still goes to the line.
Yeah, I mean, and the game, even now, you could say this game is well and truly out of reach. So I think with the time that the starters have left, I think they're going to try and have some fun.
There is Beasley, a bounce pass into Aki, who gets around Bollinger off the glass, good for 2. And that is the first 2-point basket made by Althoff here in the second half, and it comes with 1:40 left to play in this third quarter. Here's Granger, an alley-oop lob pass to Jones off the glass, good for 2 more. Jones now with 14 on the night. Here's Beasley. Rayshon sitting on the bench with just 12 points. Here is Beasley getting around Bollinger over into the corner for Harris. Now back out front for Aki. He drives in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, but he will be going to the free throw line on a foul coming up against Logan Carlisle. His first, team's 6th. And back to the free throw line is Will Aki, who is 2 for 3.
First one
and
up
good. Chris Moore checks back into the game for Althoff. And Rayshon checks back into the game for Collinsville. Kawan Smith will go to the bench, get some high fives and a nice drink of water. Back at the free throw line, Aki. One more coming for him, and he will miss that one. Granger is there with the rebound. He'll give to Taylor, and back to the other direction we go. 1:05 left to play here in this third quarter, 56-19 in favor of Collinsville. Into the corner it goes for Taylor. Taylor bluffs the 3. Out top now for Bollinger. Over onto the wing for Carlisle, and into this side for Granger. No room baseline, so he'll shove it back out onto the wing for Bollinger. An underhand handoff to Granger, to Taylor, to Carlisle, back to Taylor. Rayshon dribbles his way into the perimeter. Baseline, kicks it out. Granger wide open for 3. You couldn't be any more open than that. And it hits the rim, and then it bounces over the top of the backboard. Tough break there for Granger and Collinsville.
Yeah, I mean, Granger, he's been shown to hit that shot upon occasion. I think he hit a couple of 3s down in Carterville tournament to open the season. So it's not that he can, it's just that that one wasn't, it just seems like that one wasn't it for him.
Jordan Lewis The 5'5" freshman with some ball handling skills out there in front of Bollinger, but Bollinger said, I'll show you something. Bollinger steals it, and off the glass, won't get it to go, but putting it back up and in, Rayshawn Taylor. And another turnover turns into another 2 quick points for Rayshawn. I said he had 12, right? Nope. He's got 16 all of a sudden, and Aki picks up a foul that will give Rayshawn an opportunity to make it 17.
See Jack Bruning re-enter for Althoff here.
And Taylor hits his free throw. Jack Bruning will check back in. 3.1 seconds left for Althoff to do something with this basketball. As Aki inbounds, does so to Bergner. Bergner at the half-court line with a shot at the buzzer. Off to the right. And that is the way the fourth quarter comes to a close. 60-19. Collinsville with the lead. We're back with the fourth quarter here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you from Collinsville High School. Fourth quarter is here against Althoff. Collinsville has a 42-point lead to begin the fourth quarter, and all of the starters are on the bench, resting up. And Dalton Bergner picks up a couple of points, plus a foul, so he will head to the free throw line, and we will have running clock for the remainder of this game. So this fourth quarter will just zoom by, and the foul belongs to Kyle Moore, who is on the floor, along with Granger, Carlisle, Josh Chambers, and I mentioned Kyle Moore, right, because he just got the foul. Who am I missing? Bollinger is on the floor. 61-21 in favor of Collinsville. Here's Bollinger in the corner. JV guys will get a chance to get some varsity minutes and some varsity stats. Over to Moore. Over to Carlisle in front of his bench. Top of the key for Bollinger. Now to Granger. Back to Bollinger. Bollinger avoids a hip check and into the perimeter and kicks it right back out. Bollinger back out to midcourt now for Moore. Over to Granger in front of his own bench. Granger dribbles and drives, kicks it outside, and travels. Granger does. So Collinsville will commit their fourth turnover of this game. Comes with a 40-point lead, 61-21. Here is Bergner. So if we do not see the starters the rest of the game, that means Rayshawn Taylor's night will end with 17 points. Well below his average of 24. Well, not well below, but below his average of 24. Foul coming up. This one's going to go against Kyle Moore as well. So Kyle Moore has committed 2 fouls since he has been brought into the game and back to the free throw line. Well, actually his first trip to the free throw line will be for Dalton Bergner, who comes in shooting 75%. First one, good. Tournament ended on Monday. We enjoyed the New Year's holiday, so this is our first game on the new year. And we'll have Monday off this coming week so we can rest up for 4 straight games of action between Collinsville and a bunch of opponents on different sides of the sports spectrum. Here is Bollinger into the corner for Carlisle. Chambers out front. Top of the key now for Moore. Moore, he'll back things up and move over to the left wing. He'll pull up there and give back to Chambers. Chambers almost traveled. Into the corner it goes, and baseline pass for Granger. He'll turn around, take the shot. That's way off the mark. And the rebound belongs to Mac Harris now.
See, Althoff set to empty their bench at the next stoppage.
Over on the far side, Bruning into Harris. Harris, baseline drive, a reverse layup, good for 2, and Harris will head to the free throw line. This foul is going to go to Josh Chambers. That'll be his first. Clock continues to run with 4:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. At the free throw line for the first time tonight, Mac Harris, who shoots 50% from the line and misses on the first one. Rebound belongs to Kristen Dudley. Teeman into the game as well. Dudley with the ball. And he gets the ball over to Chris Moore. Moore over to Harris. Harris, the lone starter, still out there, and he shoots a three-pointer that's off the mark. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and the Kahawks bring it up. Just about halfway through quarter number 4. Collinsville in control, 61-24. We have running clock, and Collinsville's playing all their JV guys out there right now. There's a shot that's partially blocked by Harris. Falls right down into the hands of the 5'5" freshman Jordan Lewis. Over to Teeman. Teeman back out front to Lewis. Back over this way for Moore, and it ends up into the hands of Dudley. Bounce pass for Dudley on the left wing. Out front for Harris. A slingshot pass on the left arm. Hook shot pass there by Lewis. That was a pretty good one. It found its mark, too. Lewis gets it back. Timeout coming from, no, is that a timeout?
Or maybe an official's timeout, so.
Well, that's weird that they call a timeout right when somebody's dribbling the ball. Just to let the guy come in who's been sitting there at the scorer's bench. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I think it's just sort of a courtesy timeout on the part of the officials there. See it every once in a while in blowouts like this.
Dane Conoyer checks back into the game for Althoff. Over to Teeman now on a bounce pass from Lewis. Teeman dribbles and drives. That's closed up by Jackson Lee, who's into the game now for Collinsville. He and Josh Chambers closed off that baseline. Out front for Moore to Teeman at the free throw line. Teeman gets bumped into by Logan Carlisle, but still collects himself for a shot. Wouldn't go. Rebound, that is Conoyers. Back out fried for Teeman for 3. That one skips across the rim. And this time the rebound is knocked out of bounds off of the hands of Nick Graff. 61-24. We do apologize to our sponsors if we don't get all the ads in tonight, but that's what happens sometimes when you have running clock. And now we're going to have a foul coming up. This one is going to be against Dane Conoyer, and that was before the inbound pass came in. He got called for an elbow. So Jackson Lee will now inbound for Collinsville. 2:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. This game will be over with by 8:35. Before that, it's almost like doing a volleyball game.
Yeah, over with in just about an hour.
Yeah. There is Carlisle outside to Josh Chambers. His shot falls a little short, and the bouncing ball will end up into the hands of Conoyer. And then he travels, and he'll give it right back. 1:40 left to go here in this one. Collinsville will indeed get out to that 14-0 start. That'll match the start by the 1981-82 Collinsville Kahawks. Three-point shot misses for the Kahawks, and a whistle. And looks like we'll have a foul against Jackson Lee. His first, team's 10th, so it's free throw time here for Althoff. We'll get a couple more points on the board before this one's over, as we have 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Coach Anderson, the de facto interim head coach for the night, will join us on the postgame show. Missed there by Kristen Dudley.
So we see number 20.
Jordan Warner, the 6'1 junior for Althoff, will check into the game. Next up for Althoff, they will play Tuesday against St. Mary's. That'll be a home game for the Crusaders. As second one is in for Dudley. And the final 30 seconds set to expire here. As Tag Baker brings the ball up here for the Kahawks. Bounces the pass to the coach's son. Jackson Lee has it poked out of his hand by Keyshawn Blackman. Blackman will turn around, and Jackson Lee will say, nope, you took it away from me. I'll stuff that one back in your face. Althoff still with the ball, though. Here's Warner. 10 seconds left. Warner bounces it into Dudley. And Dudley bounces it back to Warner. And anybody going to get a shot off before the buzzer? Yes, we will. And a 2-point basket by Brady Voss at the buzzer will make this game a 61-27 final. Collinsville Kahawks win this one and improve to 14-0. You know, Collinsville didn't score a point in that fourth quarter. Not one.
That's
At any rate, it is time for the postgame program brought to you by Cullip Jennings Florist. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials or give them a call to find out what those weekly specials are. 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. 61-27, the final score here for your Kahawks postgame show. Comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Collinsville Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collinsville Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collinsville Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collinsville Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Collinsville Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 3rd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Once again, welcome back into the Call Up Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville victorious here tonight, 61-27 over the Althoff Crusaders, and stepping in for the ill Coach Darren Lee is Coach Eric Anderson, so I think it's safe to say that Coach Lee can have his job back. I'm just kidding.
I was trying not to screw it up tonight for him.
So, with that all being said and that aside, was it any different for you to be out there coaching the varsity team as it was the JV team?
You know, it's always a little different, but, you know, we're in practice every day together. We didn't do anything different than Coach Lee would have did if he was here, you know. Fortunately, he was in practice with us, so we prepared the last couple practices for Althoff, and they were ready to go. Yeah, the kids. I mean, I think a prolonged absence would have way more effect, but one night filling in. I mean, I think the kids responded well, and they did a nice job.
Yeah, and you got to get some of your guys, the JVers, in there for almost all the fourth quarter. That's kind of nice to get them a little varsity experience.
Yeah, anytime you can get them a little bit of experience, I think that always helps out in the long run. The more they can step on that floor and get the jitters out and get used to being out there in front of this size of a crowd, I think that helps in the long run.
Defensively, you held that team to single-digit points in every single quarter, so defensive is where it starts.
Yeah, I mean, our length really bothers them. We got some shot blockers in there that can really alter some shots. They got some drives on us, just weren't able to finish, and then next thing you know, we're sprinting to the other end trying to get a layup, and they're having to sprint back and try to defend that, and we did a nice job in transition tonight, especially early. We jumped all over them with the transition. Rayshon Taylor had a couple of real nice passes. When Skeet decides to go long, it's hard to get, catch up to him. And so, yeah, defensively we did a real nice job. We didn't give up any easy buckets, and Althoff had a hard time scoring. They got a couple buckets when we tried to, run and jump a little bit, and we were kind of squirming a little bit to get back to our man. They got a couple shots. So when we just went straight man, they really struggled, and it really bothered them with our pressure.
Now you have this is kind of a nice game to have right out of the gates after having all that festivities and pomp and circumstance of the holiday tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was telling the guys, Althoff's been playing pretty well lately. They played, a little while ago, they played Centralia tough. They played Quincy tough. They almost beat O'Fallon, and O'Fallon didn't have their best game, but, that's part of it. You got to come ready to play. And so we talked a lot about in the pregame not having that Christmas break lull, post-tournament lull where we come out, flat. We're not ready to play. I thought JV came out a little flat, our JV, and they really woke up second half, which was nice. But with the varsity, I said, don't do what the JV did. You got to be ready to play. They're going to give you their best shot. We got to take it to them first 3 minutes, and we did that, did a nice job of that tonight.
Next week you get Cahokia and then close out the week with Belleville East, so you get one more non-conference game, and it's right back into the thick of the conference schedule.
Yeah, we're going to get right back into it, and I think things have settled down a little bit, kind of get more of a routine. Tournament kind of throws our schedule off a little bit with practices and throws the JV off. They don't play for a little while over that break.
Yeah, so does not having school.
Not having school is a big part of that. So, we'll start school Monday, and we'll get back in a routine a little bit and see if we can keep the momentum going.
All right, well, good luck Tuesday. We'll see you Friday against Belleville East.
All right, Todd, appreciate it.
Thank you. That is Eric Anderson, who filled in tonight admirably for head coach Darren Lee as his Collinsville Kahawks win 61-27. We won't go over all the stats. It's kind of cut and dry here now as to who won this game. And both the JV and the varsity side had running clock in the fourth quarter, so a big win on both sides for the Collinsville Kahawks. That's going to do it for Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for this week. Short week as it was. We did 5 games on Monday, so maybe not that much of a short week, but we're right back at it after a day off on Monday. We have hockey for you on Tuesday. Been chomping at the bit to get to do some more hockey. It'll be a good one, too, at the McKendree Recplex on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I know it's a late one, but it's a good game as Collinsville will take on the team currently sitting in first place, and that team is the team consisting of the boys from Freeburg-Waterloo. We're back to girls bowling action on Wednesday. We'll be at Camelot Bowl as the girls take on Alton, and then we're back to basketball action on Thursday. We'll be right back here on this floor for some girls action against Belleville East Thursday night, and then we hit the road at Belleville East High School for boys action 1 week from tonight. Big thank you to Zach Roseman once again on the camera. A big thank you to Rayshawn Taylor, who filled in very well for Coach Lee in the pregame interview. And again, a big thank you to Coach Eric Anderson for joining us in the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke. Happy New Year, everyone. And we will see you on Tuesday of next week. Until then, have a fantastic weekend.